5 things you shouldn't tell anyone if you want a peaceful life. I'm going to tell you those 5 things, but first I'm going to tell you why this matters. Let's get started. So why does it matter? Why should these 5 things stay private? Well, number 1, it becomes gossip. If you tell someone something, it can become gossip, and gossip can hurt you. Number 2, it reopens old wounds. Something you share that hurts, that had hurt you in the past, can hurt you again. Number 3, it can damage friendships. I've seen that personally. Things you say can cost you friendships. I think I've done that myself, actually. So be careful there. Number 4, it leads to trust issues. Because if you share something and it's shared to somebody else, you can be hurt twice. You are disappointed in the person who shared it, and then you're disappointed that it got out. And very importantly, number 5, you can't take it back. Once you say something, you can't take it back. It's gone. No matter how much you want to take it back, you can't do that. Okay, with that in mind, here are the 5 things I've learned to keep to myself. Don't share it with others. Number 1, your net worth. Your net worth. I guess you could say your salary also if you're working as well, but your net worth. And that can hurt you either way. If you've got a high net worth, people can say, if they have that much money, he must have done something illegal or immoral. Another one is they think he thinks he's better than us. You know, he or she thinks they're better. They have more money. They kind of look down on us. They think he's better. He thinks he's better than us. And number 3, they want your money. They want to borrow money. They want you to give them money. You know, you're become a target, really. You know, lawsuits, if you ever are subject to a lawsuit, first thing they do is discovery, and they want to find out how much money you have. You know, you have enough money to make it worthwhile for them to sue you. So you want to be very careful about sharing your net worth on the high side. On the low side, it's also, you need to be careful sharing that information as well. Why? Because people they can make judgments about you. They can think, well, it's your fault. What you reap is what you sow. He's lazy. He's irresponsible. He's not very smart. There's all kind of opinions you can have about people based on their net worth. So number 1, don't share your net worth with anyone. Number 2, don't share secrets that you don't want to be shared. Duh. You know, isn't that pretty obvious? I mean, if you don't want anybody to share it around the group, don't tell anybody. Because if you do, somebody will tell somebody else. You've heard that saying is, I'll say, John, I'm going to tell you, God, did you hear what Jones said? You know, let me tell you, Jones told me not to tell anybody, but, you know, I trust you. I know you wouldn't tell anybody. So there you go. That's the first step in the gossip chain, and it's going to get out. And you didn't want everybody and his brother to know this. You just wanted one person to know it, me, but I in turn shared it with somebody and told them not to share it. They're going in turn to share it to somebody else and tell them not to share it. You know, that's the way it works. So sometimes within the hour, this is very fast, and you're going to get hurt whenever you discover, when you hear that and it gets back to you, you know exactly who you told that to, and you're going to be very disappointed in them. And then you're going to just feel bad that it got out, that you didn't want it to get out, and it got out anyway. So you're going to hit twice. So don't share secrets that you don't want to be shared with anybody else. Number 3, skeletons, drama, personal history, those sorts of things. Your past is not public property. You know, things like abortions, adoptions. Have you been in jail? Have you had allegations made against you? Messy divorces. That awful thing you said 40 years ago. You know, in my community, this guy is now passed away, but one of my friends, we were walking back home one day after playing pickleball, I believe it was, and he said, "You know what? I'm not without guilt. He said, I've done some pretty bad things in my life. And I was just hoping he would not tell me what those things. Don't tell me those things. I don't want to hear it. And if anybody ever tells you, I'm going to share something with you about my history, but I don't want you to tell anybody, stop them. I actually had a friend 15 or 20 years ago that I told that. I told him one day, I don't even know what it was. And I told him, I said, I'm going to tell you something. I don't want you to tell anybody. And he stopped me. To his credit, he stopped me. He said, don't tell me. And I didn't. And I can't even remember what it was. But later I remember thinking, I am so glad I didn't tell him, whatever it was. But so don't share things that you don't want to be shared. That's number 3. Number 4, your fears, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities. And what am I talking about? Nightmares, phobias, fears about your health. That's a big one. Insecurities from childhood. I just shared that in my last video, didn't I? Bad me. Emotional triggers. I mean, even harmless people that are friends and they don't mean any bad things. For example, health. If you have cancer, do you want to share that with everybody? Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I've never been in that situation, fortunately. But I know this, even if you got a cold and you say, well, I don't think I'll go. I think I'm getting a cold. And days later, somebody approaches you in the parking lot and they say, oh, I heard you were sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you doing better? Are you doing better? Are you doing better? They're really concerned about you. And I don't mean to make light of those people. They really are your friends. They're concerned about you, but it always gets me a little bit when people say that. And you're like, what did that person tell them I had? It was just a cold, Anyway, health concerns is a big one. And people also, I've known people that use your weakness against you. Even a friend or your so-called friend can turn on you and use your weakness against you. I've seen that firsthand. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that yourself. Let me know in the comments. But again, be very careful when you start sharing your fears, your weaknesses, and your vulnerabilities. Number 5, the last thing of things not to share with people. And this is probably the most timely item on the list. And it's really to do with politics and religion are good examples of this, but don't challenge other people's beliefs, especially friends. And it goes broader than that. I mean, it's not politics and religion, parenting choices, worldviews, identities, all kind of things. And it doesn't do anything to change anybody's mind. And what happens is they will get angry at you. For example, if you have a friend and they post something, in this day of fake news and especially with AI coming with all these videos that are not true and they look like they're true. If you see something like that, you got to be careful because even though that particular thing may not be true, the person that you're pointing this out to may truly believe that. And it really doesn't matter if that was true or not, that example. It backs up their beliefs. And if they posted something on Facebook and you say, better check this one out because I think this is a fake video or this is fake, they will turn on you. They will turn on you. They will not only not take it down, they will double up and send it to everybody they know. I mean, I'm seeing that firsthand. So it's not worth it. You don't change anybody's opinion about it. And that's their belief. That's the main thing. It's their belief. So that's one thing you don't want to share with people is things that challenge their core beliefs. So these are things that I realized and I'm still learning. I've been guilty of every one of these things, every single one of them I've been guilty of. And you have too, probably. Let me know in the comments. What do you think you shouldn't share with people? Do you have something I missed or something you particularly agree with? Have you seen any of these things shared? I'm sure you have. Let us know in the comment. So this is a good reminder. If we're in our 70s and 80s, we've probably seen and heard all these things. But, I still continue to slip up from time to time and do some of these things. So for me personally, it's a good reminder, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching.